What's going on, guys? So I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to talk about my Inktober sketches. Today is day 7 and I did where's injure. So I drew a mummy and I'm gonna ink it out right now. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about my other sketches. Here we go. So practically the reason why I got into Inktober was to practice my drawings. Practically you gotta stay drawing, so like that you stay creative and you keep designing. And so yeah, so that's why I started back in when I think came out, but I started back in 2017. Yeah, when I heard about it I was like, dang, I gotta try it. So I tried it and here I am, like doing more and more sketches, and I think I have gotten better, because I wasn't able to draw this good back then. I was just trying to draw with all the details and I always stop, like I gave up because I didn't see it look the way I wanted it, but now it's like the way I start is I pretty much start with a simple draft, and then I was supposed to draw like that, but it didn't come out how I wanted it. But start with a simple draft. You see, you don't waste that much time putting details, and you see it, and if you don't like it, you just start again. What I started with this one is I started the same way. Pretty much you start with little figure sticks, and then you start putting the details, because once you see the main figure how it looks, you could see if you like it or not. So with this one, I saw how it was coming out, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna finish it. So this is what I came up with. Obviously, this is not exactly from my head because I don't have that good of a memory, but this is from a sketch I saw, and I kind of added my details that I wanted to change on that sketch, because I don't think nobody has that perfect memory to draw. Maybe some people do, but not me. So yeah, right now what I'm doing is I'm tracing everything that I think I'm gonna leave once I erase this whole thing, because you gotta erase it. It's just not gonna look right with pencil and ink. Once I do that, I'm gonna obviously detail it with little shadows and little lines, some hash lines where you'll see where it gives it more, it makes it look better, Yeah. And sometimes I go all over the place, start from here and then over here and then I'm over here, but that's why you gotta stay to one side, and then once you finish one side you go to the next one and you keep going. So what I recommend somebody is to practically is try to do this prompt list. It's only once a year. It's every October you get to do this, and you get to practice your traditional illustration. And this is one way to practice for me. It's one drawing a day, and if you go by their prompt list, you don't have to go exactly how the list is. Day 1 was ring, day 2 was mindless, and so on. And I didn't do it that way. I picked random numbers from the list and I just did it, because sometimes you take forever trying to think what can I draw for that one, and it's you end up not drawing anything. So actually my niece told me about it. She's like, oh, but you could pick any one you want, and then drew that one. So I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So that's what I started doing. I chose, my first was snow, so I drew a Mr. Freeze with a snowman inside, which I'll show you guys in a minute. So yeah, so this one is supposed to be number 29. The injured one is supposed to be number 29, but I decided to do it because I saw this idea of a mummy and it looks like it was injured, I decided to do this one and came out pretty cool, you know what I mean? So yeah, with doing this, practically you get to practice, for a whole month. You dedicate yourself okay, I'm gonna do a drawing a day for 30 days. Is sometimes it's hard because you're you get lazy. Sometimes you don't think of something. You just draw whatever, and it don't come out like how you wanted it to come out, and it looks all ugly, and you're like, oh damn, I don't want to keep drawing. But one, if you do a couple of them, like a couple of sketches, and you find one that you like, it's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna draw this one. Like for the first one, I don't know what to draw. Like the ring one, I went over so many different ideas, dying already. I was like, oh man, I can't draw anything. I was like, gee, I started with a circle, I started with this. This was the first one. I started with something coming out of a ring, a hand. I left these sketches here just so like that I could see them later on, maybe continue those, and but I was like, I gave up. I didn't know what to draw. I gave up. So I didn't do anything for day one, and on day two I was like, what can I do? So my niece told me, yesterday in art class, our teacher said like we could do the Inktober, and I chose to do the snow. So I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So I went and started with, like I said, Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze. Oh, Mr. Freeze, instead of a person, is a snowman. And it came out pretty good. I didn't add that much details because I was getting tired. It's like, then the second one, I didn't know what to draw either, so I drew like the husky. That was day 6, but this was day 2 for me. Then the next one was sling. I was going nuts. I didn't know what to draw that day. This was the 4th day, and I was doing the 3rd drawing. And so I drew a kid with a slingshot, and that was sling. Then the next one was swing. So I drew like a guy swinging from a drone. Yep. Then during the weekend I drew this one. On Sunday I drew 2 sketches. This one is bait. So I drew a fish, kind of like. So yeah. And I used this one for day 6 actually, day 6. And I'm gonna use the other one for day 7. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much practicing, and at the same time it's like staying fresh of sketching, because sometimes you gotta just practice. Like people may ask you like, how come you could draw that good? It's like, because I practice. I draw like at least once a week or twice a week. Like I've been drawing a lot these couple of weeks, a couple of months. I've been drawing more and more, because when you have a job and they ask you, oh, can you give us an idea of this, and you can draw anything at that spot, it's like, oh well, what kind of designer are you? So that's why you gotta stay fresh with designing, with drawing, with all of that. You gotta stay up to date with any software or any new styles that are out there, or all of that. But the main one is drawing, because that's how you get your ideas out. That's how you get your inspiration in a paper, and then you turn it into a design. Like, yep. So this could be a design later on, or it could be an illustration. It depends what I want to do with it, and sometimes it's hard to decide what you want to do after this point, because I'm sketching it. It could stay as a sketch, and that's it. It could stay as a sketch, but obviously it's supposed to be Inktober, so you gotta ink it. So I'm inking it the way I know how to do it. And after this, obviously I'm gonna erase all the pencil and go over the details. And with the details, you're gonna see the difference. It's gonna look way better, because it's gonna show more stuff that right now you're probably like, well, it looks simple, it looks good, but you want it to look way better, right? Some people can darken it, like shade and add different shades all over the paper, but when I try that, it comes out bad. It's like I end up messing up the design, the sketch, and then I'm like, oh, I don't like it. So that's why I just try to shade it as the best I can. Since you gotta add stuff to the background, because it will look plain. So yeah, if you haven't got into Inktober, you could use it for many other things, like not only for drawing, but like to create. Maybe you come up with a list of things that you want to do in a month, and then you do one at a time. You know what I mean? 2016, I did All Alchemist. I think that was my first Inktober, which I didn't post it online. But anyways, now that I'm done, well, I gotta finish this little part. See, I think I messed up, but now that I'm done, you just go ahead and erase it slowly, so like that you don't mess the paper. I like this eraser, it takes everything out. So now you start seeing it without the pencil, and it looks like it's missing stuff. Make sure I get everything. I'm just gonna throw this away. And now we're going to do the final details. Let's see. I'm gonna start with the things that I know they need. Like sometimes these strings need like extra lines like this, because you know it's gonna be shadows. And I always start from like top to bottom, so like that. You know, I don't miss anything. I used to go like, okay, maybe right here, or maybe right here, or maybe right here. And like right now, you see, I just jump from here to there, and then you forget, and then you start with like, oh man, I missed this spot. And then when you see it on the computer, you're like, dang, I didn't add it more right here. And so yeah, so I stick to one side until I finish all the details. You start seeing the difference. So I'm just gonna fast forward this part. All right, finally finish. I finished. Oh my god, so tiring. All right, so guys, stay tuned for more. I will try to do at least every other day post Inktober sketches. Hopefully it wouldn't be this long, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Peace out. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button, and comment. Peace.